Hi, my name is Gao and welcome to Dr. Gao's classroom. I'm a professional philosopher and I love classical Chinese poetry. I have been translating classical Chinese poetry for the last few years. I would love to share my knowledge with you on the subject. Your enjoyment is my command. In my last video about Gao Shi, I translated and analyzed his best-known poem, 燕歌行. This poem made him one of the best poets of his time and brought him a lot of recognition. Today, I'm going to continue my story about Gao Shi and his poetry from the frontier. Gao Shi was a late bloomer comparing to the likes of Wang Wei. He did not pass his civil service examination until he was in his late 40s. Between 738 to 749, Gao Shi traveled extensively in the northern part of the empire. It was during this time he met with Li Bai, Du Fu, and Wang Changling, and many other best-known poets of his time and built his reputation as a scholar. Du Fu actually composed many poems recalling the fun times they had together in the 740s. Here's my video where I translated part of Du Fu's poem about the travels Li Bai, Du Fu, and Gao Shi did together. So when Gao Shi sat the civil service examination the second time in 749, he passed the exam successfully and was soon appointed as 县尉, or the county sheriff, at Feng Qiu, a small county located in today's Henan province. A county sheriff at Tang Dynasty was not only responsible to maintain the law and order of the county, but also responsible to collect tax, recruit soldiers for the army, and many other duties. Many scholars of the time were too proud to perform this kind of duties. For example, in 755 AD, Du Fu was appointed as the sheriff at Hexi County, located at today's Shanxi province. Du Fu saw the appointment as an insult rather than an award, and rejected the position right away. He even composed a poem to ridicule the position, saying, 不做河西尉，凄凉未折腰, meaning, I would rather not take the position of the county sheriff at Hexi than being saddened by kowtowing to others. But Gao Shi was different. He took the position and stayed for 3 years until another opportunity was presented to him, even though he resented the job as much as Du Fu. The poem he composed while he was the sheriff explained the reason why this position was so despised by the scholars. Now, let me read the poem he composed while at Feng Qiu. 我本渔樵诸梦也，一生志士悠悠者。乍可狂歌草泽中，宁堪坐立风尘下。只言小义无所谓，宫门百事皆有期。拜迎长官心易碎，鞭挞梨树令人悲。归来相家问妻子，举家尽孝今如此。生事应须南亩田，世情尽付东流水。梦想旧山安在在，唯嫌君命且迟回。乃知梅服徒为饵，转意陶潜归去来。Now let's look at the first couplet. 我本渔樵诸梦也，一生志士悠悠者。我 means I. 本 means come from. 渔 means fishing. 樵 means wood gathering. 梦珠 is the name of a wetland located at today's Henan province. Ye means the wilderness. 孟珠也 refers to the wetland of 孟珠。一生 means lifetime. 至世 means meant to be. So we translate these two terms as born to be. 悠悠 means carefree and content. 者 refers to a person of some trait or quality, such as 舞者, a dancer, 智者, a wise man, etc. Since the meaning of this term is implied in the second line, we just omitted it from our translation. So the couplet reads, I come from fishing and wood-gathering wetland of Mengzhu. I was born to be carefree and content. 乍可狂歌草折中，宁堪坐立风尘下。乍可 means would rather. 狂歌 means sing loudly. 草折 literally means grassy wetland. 中 means among. 宁堪 means how could. But here is a rhetorical question means could not. 吏 means clerk. 风 means wind. 尘 means dust. 下 means under. 风尘下 means to undergo the burden of this world. So we translate it as bear the burden of this dusty, wind-swept world. So the couplet reads, I would rather sing loudly among the grassy wetland than bear the burden of being a clerk in this dusty, wind-spread world. This couplet implies a contrast between being in the bureaucratic ranks and in the wilderness, which is often presented in classical literature. This contrast represents two choices available to the scholars during Imperial China. One is to pursue the Confucian path to become a scholar official to help a wise emperor to benefit the people and establish a shadely reputation for oneself. The other is to pursue the Taoist ideal to retreat to the mountains and rivers to live a carefree life, enjoying the beauties of the nature world. It seems that Gao Shi expressed a preference to the Taoist ideal, and this sets the tone for the rest of the poem. 只言小义无所谓，宫门百事皆有期。只言 means to say. 小 means small. 义 means tongue. 无 means nothing. 所为 means to do. 宫门 means clerk office. 百 means 100. 事 means matters. 皆 means all. 有 means have. 期 means deadline. So the couplet reads, Who's to say small town has nothing to do? At my clerk's office, there's 100 matters each and every day. 拜迎长官心欲碎，鞭挞梨树令人悲。拜迎 means 叩头，长官 means senior official. 心 means heart. 欲 means about to. 碎 means break. 鞭挞 means beat up. 梨树 means commoner. 令 means make. 人 means person, but here it refers to the poet himself. 悲 means sad. So the couplet reads, It breaks my heart to kowtow to the senior officials. Beating up the commoners really saddens me. 归来向驾问妻子，举家尽孝今如此。归来 means return. 向 means to. 家 means home. 问 means ask. 妻 means wife. 子 means children. 举 means hold. 家 means family. 尽 means all. 孝 means smile. 今 means now. 如此 means it's like this. So the couplet reads, When I got home, I asked my wife and children what to do. The whole family puts on a good face and smiles. What the poet asked his wife and children is his intention to quit his sheriff position because his decision would have an impact on the lives of his wife and children. His family put on a brave face and respected his decision. 生是应须南亩田，事情尽付东流水。生是 means livelihood. 应须 means should. 南 means south. 亩 means acre. 田 means field. 事情 refers to the opinions of others regarding the choice about to make. 进 means all. 付 means put into. 东 means east. 流 means flow. 水 means stream. 东流水 is used as a generic term for all the rivers and streams. Due to the geographic characteristic of China, all the rivers flow from the Tibetan plateau in the west towards the ocean in the east. So the couplet reads, My livelihood should be on the southern acres. Whatever the rest of the world thinks can go merrily down the stream. 梦想就山安在在，唯嫌君命日迟回。梦想 means dream. 旧 means old. 山 means mountain. 安在 means where is. 在 is a question mark. 为 means because of. 贤 means carry. 君命 means imperial order. 日 means each day. 迟回 means pace up and down. We also reverse the order of these two lines so they read better in English. So the couplet reads, Because of the imperial order, I pace up and down each day. In my dream, I'm trying to think of my old mountain. 乃至眉伏除为耳，转意陶潜归去来。乃 means hence. 知 means know. According to Han Shu, or the history of Han Dynasty, Mei Fu was a county sheriff at Nanchang County, located in today's Jiangxi province. He sent several reports to the Han Emperor Liu Ao, criticizing the then Premier Wang Feng's corruptive conduct. However, Mei Fu's criticism was retaliated by the Premier, and he was almost executed. So Mei Fu quit his job and became a Taoist hermit. According to legend, Mei Fu practiced medicine and saved a lot of people during an epidemic, and people built a temple to commemorate him. According to some folklore, he eventually became an immortal. 图 means in Wei. Wei means do. 耳 means this. 转 means end. 意 means recall. Tao Qian was a scholar poet from the 5th century who also quit his position as a county magistrate and became a farmer. He composed many poems about his farming life and started a poetic tradition called 田园诗, or poetry of the gardens and fields, which had a huge influence on poets like Meng Haoran and Wang Wei. I cited one of his poems in my video on Taoist philosophy. Here is the link. 归去来, or returning home, is the title of a song composed by Tao Qian about why he left his job. So the couplet reads, I realized the Han official Mei Fu had done this before, and recollect Tao Qian's ballad of returning home. It is quite interesting that Gao Shi cited Mei Fu's story here. Maybe he was implying that the Emperor Li Longji was as blind as the Han Emperor Liu Ao by trusting a corruptive premier and rejecting criticism from a loyal official like himself. This poem expresses Gao Shi's resentment to his job, which not only could not realize his confusing ideal of becoming a saintly minister and benefiting the people, but also humiliated him that he had to kowtow to his senior officials. And worst of all, he had to beat up the common people to complete his duties of collecting taxes and recruiting soldiers, etc. Given the misery Gao Shi felt at his job, the Taoist way of life seems more attractive to him, and he seems to prefer the Taoist way of life. So the poem concluded that he was going to quit his job and retreat to a life of gardens and fields, like the Taoist immortal Mei Fu and the farmer Tao Qian. However, Gao Shi's actions spoke louder than his words. What he really complained was that his talent was not recognized by the emperor, and his talent could be put into practice somewhere else to realize his potential. As much as he resented his job, Gao Shi did not waste his time as a county sheriff. He performed his duty diligently so that his talents would be recognized one day. One of the duties he performed as a sheriff was to escort the newly recruited soldiers to the frontier. This gave him the opportunity to meet the generals defending the frontiers. His efforts eventually paid off. In 752 AD, a great general named Gao Shi offered Gao Shi a job to work for him. So in my next video, I'm going to translate a poem by Gao Shi, celebrating the martial prowess of the great general Gao Shi. I'm also going to talk a bit about the life stories of Gao Shi and the great general Gao Shi. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the contents of these videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. If you would like to read the original text, please contact me. Here's my email address. Otherwise, thanks for viewing my video, and I'll see you next time.